Hi guys, Merlin's Mountain calling. Hope you're having a good day. My name is Andy and I'm having a great day too, thanks. So, G. Kim was asking me, Andy, can you tell us a bit more about Saint Germaine and how he can help us? And if you're a regular viewer, you'll have heard me talk about Saint Germaine before, but might as well quickly recap. Saint Germaine was not a Christian saint, he was the Count of Saint Germaine in France, hence, you know, the name. And he was a great magician. He actually reincarnated twice as the Count of Saint Germaine, as recently as the 1970s, I believe. It's quite recent. And he's also believed to be a reincarnation of Merlin, whose mountain this channel is all about, and from whose mountain this video is coming to you now. And he is the master of the ninth ray, spiritually speaking, as we regard him as an ascended master, that is to say, somebody who lived a worldly life in this earth among us with the human form and everything, and passed away and passed on into the spirit realms and became a master based on what he'd learned and what he'd done in this world of ours throughout however many incarnations, and who knows how many times we reincarnate, who knows. But Saint Germaine certainly is an expert at that, and as the master of the ninth ray, what we're talking about really is the ninth colour of spiritual healing light, which is purple, violet actually, violet really. And a great way to invoke Saint Germaine is using the violet flame. I just cut out while the sun's playing with me. Got my seat belt on now because we're about to go on the main road. I don't always wear it because when I'm driving up the lane, actually as I am now, this isn't a road, it's just a muddy track that leads to a road. So there are no kind of motoring laws, you know. I allowed my children to learn to drive up and down here. But we're about to go on the road anyway. And we're about to get cosmic with the whole idea of Saint Germaine as well. So yeah, he's the master of the violet ray. And I mentioned the violet flame, some people call it the violet fire. Same thing, really, same thing. I mean, flames are fire, are they not? When all's said and done. So in a moment, stay tuned, because I will actually go through one of the violet flame meditations. There are many actually. I'm going to do sort of longish one, but you know, there are much shorter ones that work just as well. And in one of the verses of that it says, searching out all hidden pain. And that is something the violet flame does very well, and you know, Saint Germaine is behind it when that happens. And so really, if there's a lot of hidden pain in your life, you know the kind of thing I mean, people have pain and sometimes you can't hide the pain, sometimes it's just obvious. Or, you know, sometimes it's immediate. You drop a rock on your foot, you're going to go, ah, and maybe say some very rude words that I won't repeat on the channel very often. But there's another kind of pain which is hidden, which is just maybe things from the past, maybe even things from the present, possibly worries about the future, actually, that people don't like to express, you know. People don't want to be a burden. People don't want to seem miserable, and there's a lot to be said for that, you know. It's a happier world if we put a happy face on things, but that doesn't mean that, you know, we don't all feel pain. I'm a spiritualist medium. I often meet people who went through very, very painful bereavements. I suppose all bereavements are painful, but, you know, sometimes it's particularly tragic, more tragic than usual bereavement, where maybe the person suffered a lot. Could be a lot of things, really. And that might have been years and years ago, and they just kind of don't talk about it in their everyday life. And with a bit of luck, people who've been through that have found a place in their heart where that person who passed away will always kind of live in their heart, and they'll be able to move on with their lives. But there is some hidden pain, you know, and no matter how much people hide it, it does still, you know, claw at them. It does still drag them down, pull them back as they're getting on with life. So there's that kind of pain, but there are all kinds of pains, you know. Some people have a terrible medical condition which they can't do anything about, so they just kind of maybe don't exactly hide it, but they don't shout about it. When I was a small child in school, there was a friend of mine called David, and he had a caliper on his leg, and he never ever spoke about what had happened to him, and he never ever complained about it, ever, actually. And, you know, children being cruel, people did make fun of him quite often, but he didn't care. He'd laugh it off, you know. Sometimes he'd punch them, which you can do when you're a child, I guess. But, you know, it must have been a great deal of pain he was in, one way or another. And he never let it show. But he did still have that issue, you know. Very difficult for him to walk, very painful for him to walk at times. And so there are all kinds of hidden pain. Sometimes it's ambition, you know, and it becomes painful to people that they can't live out their ambition, because very often people's ambition is about helping others, and that can be very frustrating when you can't reach out and help others, or you can't do it in the way you would want to. All hidden pain, and that is really what the violet flame stretches out to heal, I would say, more than anything. I'm going to suggest that if you want to work with Saint Germaine, look for a violet flame incantation. There are many of them online. There's a site called violetflame.com that has a lot of them, and tells you more about the violet flame as well. And this all relates very closely to Saint Germaine and what he can do for us. And so when I get to that line in the one I do, searching out all hidden pain, you can see, after I'd done this meditation a few times, I began to be able to actually see a sort of ray of purple light going in, as it were, into a cave, and just finding that bit of hidden pain and healing it and giving light to it. It's very powerful. And, you know, so in that sense, I suppose you almost don't have to reach out to Saint Germaine for that to happen, but it helps a lot if you do. But what's really, really good is saying that incantation, that meditation every day, preferably at a regular time. Doesn't have to be the same time on the clock. Just, you know, a regular time just after you've got up, or I do it just after I've fed my chickens and my ducks. And I have that little bit of time, you know, where I'm not going to be distracted. And that can be a different time on the clock, all over the place, really. But, you know, that's when I do it. So it's the rhythm that really matters, the rhythm of the day. It's in the same place in the rhythm of every day that we do this. And that becomes a way of calling on Saint Germaine. But like all of the Ascended Masters, and like everyone in the spirit realms, they're not at all physically limited. And, you know, they will hear you if you call out to them. Even if it's just a chat, you know. Even if it's just keeping in touch. Which is pretty much what I do with my meditations every day. Just keeping in touch. In so many ways, that's all that matters. And you know, he will be there for you, just like the angels, just like Archangel Michael or any of the angels, just like people you've loved and lost to the spirit realm who are on the other side now. They'll hear you. Oh, there's a guy in a high vis. Make sure I'm not speeding. No, I'm not. Good. So anyway, I will find somewhere quiet and we'll go over the violet flame meditation. With all love, with all love, with all love, I am the violet flame, blazing like a sun. I am God's sacred power, freeing everyone. Violet flame is breath of God inside each cell. I am the violet flame, pulsing out the cosmic time. I am the violet flame, energizing mind and heart. I am the violet flame, sustaining God's creation now. I am the violet flame, with all love, with all love, with all love. Shimmering in a crystal cave, I am the violet flame, searching out all hidden pain. I am the violet flame, consuming cause and core of fear. I am the violet flame, revealing now the inner name. I am the violet flame, with all peace, with all peace, with all peace. Flashing like a lightning bolt, I am the violet flame, stretching through the galaxies. I am the violet flame, connecting soul and spirit now. I am the violet flame, raising you to cosmic heights. I am the violet flame, with all power, with all power, with all power. And that, my friends, is the best way I know of calling on Saint Germaine and connecting to Saint Germaine. It's good to do that if you need something in particular. It's good to do it every day, generally speaking. And as it says on violetflame.com, they've got it exactly right. You'll have a better day if you say the violet flame. That's just the nature of magic. You know, try it. That's all I can say. It's extremely powerful. So with that, friends, we'll draw this one to a close. Thanks very much for watching. Please drop a like on this if you've enjoyed it. Why not subscribe to this channel if you haven't already? Get notified of future videos and our amazing live streams. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think, and we will share the journey. And I will see you very soon in a future video. Love and light to you, blessings and peace.